Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me here at Unapologetic Progressive. Once again, I am back with another video. If you like what you see here, please hit the join button, become a member today. It really would help out the channel. We're trying to hit 100 members by the first of the year. Please help me hit my goal. Um, got a really bad one for you. A few months ago, we started talking about Melodee Buzzard and how Melodee had been missing. And as you may have seen on the post for the channel that I put out on Friday, Melodee is deceased. And the culprit behind her murder is her mother, Ashlee Buzzard. Earlier in December, they weren't sure, but they had found remains of what appeared to be a little girl in Utah, very close to the Colorado-Utah border. They placed the time of death right around the time that they believe she was last seen on surveillance camera. Melodee, of course, was reported missing on October 14th. Her mother refused to do anything to help authorities find her daughter. Even went as far as to tell people that she had left her with some random couple in Utah at a zoo. None of this made sense. None of it was logical. None of it was reasonable to understand, right? It made no sense. Unfortunately, we knew all along, most likely, the results of what would happen when this case what came to its end. Unfortunately, Melodee, 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, was shot and killed by her mother. Authorities have been able to, find DNA that this is Melodee. They've also found shell casings at the scene that match shell casings found at the home and in Melodee Buzzard's car. It explains why she wouldn't talk to authorities. This explains why she had that little shrine that she had made, as we discussed, that one of her friends had said they saw in the home. And just pictures of Melodee cut out of pictures, her face just cut out of pictures. Gives a little more credence to those claims. To Melodee's family, other than her mother, I am so sorry for your loss. I cannot believe a mother would do this to her child. I can't believe anybody would do this to a child, let alone their mother. There is nothing this child could have done that garnered any reasoning behind a person taking a firearm and shooting them in the back of the head multiple times. I hope this woman goes to prison for the rest of her life. Honestly, if there's still the death penalty, you know, even though they're not seeking the death penalty, I think if there was a use for the death penalty, it would be a case like this. Right now, authorities are still trying to piece together the motive, and in the coming months, maybe we will know. But I doubt we ever know the actual reasoning behind what such a monster Ashlee Buzzard is. I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to this one. It's one of those cases that grabbed my attention back when it first, hit the news. And unfortunately, this is the way it ends. You know, some parents, I guess, just aren't meant to be parents. Some people just aren't meant to be around children. This woman needs to be locked away for the rest of her life. She did this to this little girl, did this to her own daughter. What do you think she would do to another child or to somebody else? This little girl did not deserve this. She deserves so much better. And I think the more we look into this, the darker it's going to get. All this little girl did was go on a trip with her mother. All along, the mother knew what she was going to do. According to authorities, it appears this was a calculated and brutal and vicious attack. One of the charges that the woman was charged with last Tuesday, when she was taken into custody, was murder, while lying in wait. So apparently they have evidence that Ashlee Buzzard indeed did this. And they may know more than we know right now. If you've been following this case on this channel, I really hate when these kind of stories end this way. Even though in the back of my head I had a feeling that this was how it was going to go, I had hope that we'd find this little girl and we'd bring her home to her family. Unfortunately, that's not the way it's going to end. Um, it's a really sad situation, a really sad story. And I don't understand it. I wish I could. I wish I could make sense of it for you. But at this moment in time, all the story does is fill me with rage and anger. Anyways, thanks for watching.